Alright, welcome to another Fan Build Friday, or Saturday. I'm not sure when I'll get this posted. Probably Saturday, let's be honest. Right, okay. I don't know what it is with you guys and prisons, but I've had a ton of people ask me to build a prison. Cordless, build a prison for Raiders. Build a prison. You've already done this, but can you build a prison? Fine, I'll build a prison. No, I'm kidding. I have actually wanted to do this for a while, and I'm finally getting around to it. So this build is closest to Ghost at Game's suggestion, which was to build an Alcatraz style prison, and also I'm your neighbor who suggested to build a prison on Spectacle Island, and that's exactly what this build is going to be, an Alcatraz style prison on Spectacle Island. Alright, so here are the Alcatraz Blueprints. Now I don't own this picture, I just found it on Google. Do I have to say that? Is that a copyright thing? I don't know. Here are the damn blueprints that I found, and as you can see, I built my prison as close to this as I could, but with some minor changes. So I took the roof off to show you what the layout is going to look like. And like I said, it's very similar to the blueprints. I got the mess hall and kitchen over here to the left, and then we have all the cell blocks A, B, C, and D in the main area. And I think they had like a library or something right here. Let me check. Yep, a library, but that's not what I did. I did something much cooler than that, which I will show you in a little bit. And then of course I have the office / visiting area in the front. As far as the outside goes, it was actually pretty simple. It just took a while to map everything out and snap everything together. I'm using pieces from the Thematic and Practical mod, which has a tab for factions, and so far all they have is Brotherhood of Steel, but we get these really cool, what they call BOS pod pieces. So I'm using a combination of those and concrete. Now I'm only going to show me building the inside because that was the hardest part. This part, the main structure, really wasn't that hard. A lot of this is just for looks. Like this part here, there is nothing underneath it or behind it. It's just there to make the whole building look bigger than what it actually is. Same thing over on this side. It looks like it's 3 floors, but the lower level walls here are just for show. Alright, let's get into the build, and keep in mind what you've seen so far isn't the end result. I still add in a few things, so definitely stick around until the end. Okay, so on the inside, I've separated everything by using these floor covers that we get in Workshop Rearranged and also in Unlock Settlement Objects. I've left a few things up that were just annoying to get in, like this little office area. You have to put the walls down first and then put on the roofs, and I didn't want to have to do all that. And oh yeah, these sons of bitches, those doors, man. These were a real pain in my ass, and I mean they snap in, but to get them to face the way I wanted, like this, I have to remove everything around them. The floors in front of them, the walls, the roofs, everything, just to get them to snap in this way. So I just left them in for the sake of the video. Anyways, it should be pretty obvious where the cells are going to go. I thought the concrete floors looked best for that part, and the metal grating cover for just about everything else, except for the mess hall. I found crappy looking tiles, and then some rubber mats for the kitchen area. The goal is to have nothing look appealing at all, just very bland and prison-esque or something. Okay, 3.5 minutes in, and I haven't built a single thing, so I'm going to shut up and put these walls in. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. So I'm switching over to Vanilla Extensions mod, and underneath the metal tab it has some pretty cool cell walls and doorways. PS4 users, I believe Unlock Settlement Objects has these same walls. I'm not sure which one, but I know I've seen them have it. But yeah, I'm just going to start putting these up. Oh, and one thing to note, these doorways can be placed unevenly, like you're about to see, like that, right there, man. And usually I can fix that by picking one of these doorways up and turning it to the other side. But if that doesn't bother you and you're not OCD like me, well then, you know, just good for you. Okay, so I'm not going to make you guys watch all that. It's just the same thing over and over again, and also with the concrete floor that I'm using here. So I just skipped ahead a bit to the little more interesting part. I'm starting to work on the upper level and the catwalk. Yeah, that's right, catwalks, just like the ones that are in Alcatraz. I don't know why that's so exciting. I guess because they look cool, but you know, whatever, just have a look. Do you see where I messed up? I'm trying to figure out why the floors are clipping through each other, and oh, there it is, the cross beam. I put the cross beams there to cover up the gap between the top and lower walls, but I don't need them there for this part because the floor is there to cover it up. So, yep, nope, figure it out. It's the same thing. There you go, the cross beams. Get rid of those and pull it. Yeah, don't you feel stupid, huh? Everybody gets to see you messed up. Yep, nope, pull the floors back. Make sure everything's even. But yeah, that wasn't embarrassing at all. Moving right along, I again just cut through the rest of the catwalk building because it's the same thing in each area. This build was actually pretty tough for me because this is the opposite of what I usually do. Like, this is going to be a Brotherhood of Steel prison. You know, they own it and they run the show, which I haven't done a Brotherhood build like ever. And also, as you can see, everything is orderly. I use the same walls, the same floors, same just about everything across the whole build, which I don't normally do, but this is how the Brotherhood is. Structured, militarized, orderly, Nazis. So it only makes sense that the prison is the same way. Oh, this is the part where I almost lost my mind, because I realized that I did the build order wrong. I should have put the roofs on last. So for me to be able to snap the gel doorways here, I have to remove the roofs above it. Not just the left or the right, but both of them. Which means I have to remove and rebuild 90% of the roof. But it's totally fine. I kept my composure, I owned up to my mistake, and I handled it like a man. Alright, so I went ahead and finished the upper level. I literally did the same thing as the lower level, so you didn't really need to see that. I added in some railings to the catwalks and some columns here and there, but I really just wanted to show you this part. This is going to be my underground lab area or something. I don't know. It's going to be something totally sketchy, but I want to talk about building it for a second. This was one of the last things that I built, so as far as the build order goes, it doesn't really matter. And all these concrete walls are from the vanilla extensions mod. And they all just snap together perfectly. The ceiling was already here, which is the floor above us, so when I started putting in these concrete walls, they just snapped below it instead of me having to remove them and, you know, work around them. So then I literally just snapped everything else around it. These walls snapped to the floor below, and it was just very, very easy making this whole thing. So yeah, I just wanted to show you what I did in that little area. Now moving on to the next and last part, which is an outdoor yard basketball court area thing. And while that's going, this is pretty much it for me. Just a quick note, this is only the build of the structure. Next week I will have a completely decorated tour. You will see at the end of this video that I added in a helipad and a lighthouse. both of which I got from the Unlock Settlement Objects mod. I wanted some kind of round guard tower, and I couldn't seem to make one exactly how I wanted, so instead I chose to go with a lighthouse, which I think looks pretty cool, and a little bit more like Alcatraz. But again, if this looks bland or repetitive, the decorations will completely change it, so definitely be on the lookout for that. But yeah, please let me know what you think. I hope you guys like it, since a lot of you asked for this type of build. You can get in touch with me on Twitter. I'm actually starting to use it way more now, so if you want updates and sneak peeks of my builds, definitely connect with me on there. But please give this video a like, and I will talk to you soon.